So I wanted to start, Scott, with the whole question of programmatic buying, which is like a big deal. I interviewed the top of Vivek Nurse Center for Europe yesterday, and he believes, and I just interviewed John Mellor from Adobe, that there's this inevitable march towards programmatic buying of video. It's not there yet. It's not pervasive across certain premier areas, but it's happening. And I know that you guys are the technology that drives Viveki, which is the Publicis media group, and you're very much a part of that. So are the machines taking over the people on Madison Avenue? And just tell us a little bit about what you guys do to drive that programmatic buying and where the industry may be going.
So if you think about television, because it's really a television play, 40% of all global ad spending is in television. And the belief is that TV is the most powerful creative format for upper marketing funnel brand objectives. So if you look at that marketplace globally, about 70% of the TV spend is in what they call the upfronts, and about 30% is scatter, spot, so forth and so on. Even though we are a programmatic buying machine, we create technology and software that allows for fully automated and, of course, manual approaches to buying. I actually think that TV will always be a combination of the two. And I believe that the online video, and I'm going to say the multi-screen video convergence experience, will follow that of TV. And there will always be a huge and growing part of programmatic buying for video, but there still will be a tremendous amount that's done in an upfront capacity where relationships, large spending matters, and the rest. And the short answer for why that is that if I'm Procter & Gamble, the largest marketer in the world, I actually do expect to get a deal. And if I have to programmatically buy along with the dry cleaner in a local market, that's a level playing ground, and I understand that. But if I'm the largest spender of media, typically I would like to have some benefits that come along with that. So the idea being that everyone's going to be in a level playing ground for all buying of all TV, it seems like a very difficult thing to attain given the history of television as a whole.
So what about the pervasiveness of programmatic buying? Where does it stand now, and where does it go? And I speak to some big broadcasters, the big TV networks. They don't want anything to do with it. I'm selling out my inventory. I'm doing great. Take a walk. So tell us sort of where that stands and where it's going.
So from a media owner's perspective, mathematically speaking, the optimal price to maximize yield typically involves not selling out all of their inventory. It's just an economic theory argument. And I believe that most of the large broadcasters and publishers in the video space, that is how they maximize their profit. They keep a high rate card, they provide scarcity, and premium content is scarce. Premium content in the broadcaster sense of the word. So I do believe that they're against programmatic buying when they view it as, quote unquote, and I've heard this from major broadcasters, RTB, which means race to the bottom. So the idea is,
which really means, which you guys
real-time bidding.
Yeah.
But if you come from a publisher's perspective, often they feel that when there's this programmatic buying opportunity and you put premium broadcast inventory in with user-generated content, for example, it's very possible that the quality of that content gets marginalized. And the challenge with that is that great content does cost a lot to create. I'm thinking of hiring actors like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. That costs a lot of money, and if that content isn't getting its equivalent monetization out of it, it's not going to continue to be produced anymore. So I think what's inevitably going to happen is the publishers will definitely keep their inventory out of large-scale exchanges where they're treated like every other impression. That said, they very much want to be a part of the future of the programmatic buying that the trading desks are doing, because what they're trying to do is use technologies to create greater efficiencies for their advertisers. So if I'm a large broadcaster and I want to get incremental dollars from an agency holding company, it is valuable to work on the programmatic side, but it's a very different relationship than typically how display is done. They like to set their own floors. They have a particular relationship where the value or the quality of the inventory is known up front, as opposed to a truly unknown price and volume curve that typically happens in RTB for display.